Hi, my name is Hili Zavaro. Today I will show you how to use Nearpod in class to create engaging synchronous lessons. We want to go to nearpod.com. We'll be directed to this page, and here we will need to sign up. We want to sign up as teachers. So what we can do is go here, don't have an account, sign up. We fill in the information, and we can also simply click on sign up with Google or sign up with Office 365. After we sign up and we log in, we'll be able to go into our dashboard, the teacher dashboard. We can see my library and see everything we've completed so far, reports, students' reports, and the library. Nearpod library has many lessons that are ready from teachers all over the world. Some of them do cost money, so you'll have to pay, or you can just make your own. So let's go to the teacher dashboard, my library, and start a new Nearpod lesson. So let's click lesson in Nearpod. And then we want to start with add slide. And we want to start with a new slide, so we decide whether we want content or activities. Let's start with content because we first want to teach something. So first thing we want to do is just create a slide. So we click slide. Perhaps we want to start with engaging students, creating a picture that maybe relates to our lesson. So we can choose a GIF, an image, a video, or just a text. So let's start with the GIF because that's always fun to start a lesson. Let's say we have a text about dinosaurs. We write the word dinosaurs and we look for a nice GIF to start our lesson. Let's say this one maybe, and then we click save. Here we can write something. Welcome to the lesson, and it looks like this. This should be fun. This should be very interesting to students. So if you like it, click save and exit, and you'll basically go back to the main page of the lesson. You can give your lesson a title. Let's say dinosaurs, grade level, and subject, let's say English, and submit. Okay, next perhaps we want to go from the part where we engage students to the part where we teach them something. So if we want to teach a text, for example, we want to start with some pre-reading activities. So let's start with some vocabulary. We want to take the important vocabulary from the text. So let's go to slide. And then again, we want to go with, let's say now, an image. And let's write reptiles. I think that's a good picture to teach the word reptile. Or reptiles. So that would be a nice slide to teach the word reptiles. Save and exit. And so we continue creating slides for our vocabulary text. Add slide, slide. Next word. Plus image, save, and we continue showing the vocabulary words for the text and creating slides for them. Another thing we could do is we could change the layout of the slide, and we can choose this one where we have an element here, here, and here. So if I want to add some words about the word or a definition and a picture, I should change the layout. and then save and exit. Okay, so let's say that after you presented the vocabulary using slides and pictures, you could add a video. So click Add Slide, Video, and you can write the word. Let's say you have a text about dinosaurs. You can write dinosaur, and I'm going to choose this one because I can see that it has some words that I'm going to need later, like extinctions. And you can add activities here in the middle of the video to make sure that students are actually actively listening and watching your video. So let's start.
Known as the Big Five mass extinctions, instead of digging in the dirt, he dug through dusty piles of academic research and scraped together a record of all.
Okay, so my video just showed 5 different extinctions that happened in the past. And I want to just ask a very, very simple, straightforward question. How many extinctions did he find out, or did he find? So I'm going to click on the blue dot right here and then edit. I can see that there's a question already. What do you already know about mass extinctions? Which is great, but I want to make this more simple. So I'm going to change this to how many extinctions did he find? And then click Save. Then I can continue the video and add more questions or edit the questions that are already in there. I'm going to stick with all the other questions. I'm going to leave them. I have some true-false questions. If I want to add a virtual tour, I click the plus and then I choose Field Trip. I write my keyword and then I can see if there are pictures that I like related to my topic. Let's say I can try this one. Done. I can actually preview this. If I go in. So this is what my virtual trip will look like. So I can see fossils, I can see dinosaurs in a museum. So very, very interesting. Students who have Google Cardboard, any VR goggles or glasses can actually watch this in 3D on their glasses. So let's say now we want to practice some of that vocabulary. We want to choose activities, and we can start with matching pairs. And what we can do is we can add pair, write the word, let's say common ancestor, and then write some definition. So for instance, I can do a fill in the gap activity. Write something here and a sentence here. This could also be a sentence from the text to prepare our students for the text. And then we add another pair, more fill in the gap sentences, a word and a sentence. When you're done preparing all the pairs, you can write instructions here. For example, match the cards and then save. So you have a wonderful activity, and you want to place this activity right after you teach about right after you teach the words, so students can practice. Another nice idea is to add 3D. You click Add Slide, Nearpod 3D. You can go to any topic you like. I'm going to go to ancient times and find something about dinosaurs here. So students can actually look at this from a 3D point of view. And they can investigate the animal closely and talk about it. Another thing you can do is add a slide for the beginning of the lesson. Activities, And you can choose to collaborate and activate prior knowledge. So you can call this shared board, What Do You Know About Dinosaurs? And then description, you can write anything you know. You can choose the template or the theme and then save. So students can think about what they already know about dinosaurs, and then that will help them better. That will help them during the lesson because they have already activated some information that they already have in their brains about dinosaurs, so everything will be much easier for them. So they go into the zone, and that could actually be right after welcome, so that's perfect. So in order to make sure students understood, we want to add some comprehension questions right after the text. And the text, of course, we divide to different slides. We don't want to put all the text, the whole text, on one slide, because that will cause a lot of confusion. That will be overwhelming for students. So I divided the text into 3 different parts. I have 3 slides. So right after, I can do the listening comprehension, or I can add some activities. For example, a quiz, a fill in the blank, a poll, or maybe perhaps matching pairs again, and of course time to climb. We can also draw things, so that's actually a very nice activity to draw. So let's do some fill in the gap activities. We choose the color, and then we add the text. After we add some text for our question, we can click next. And then it says click words on the right to add them to the word bank. So a group of reptiles, and that is added to the word bank. We can add naturalist. We can add coin the term. Coined the term naturalist, and we need to click it. Derived from. And fossils. Great. And then I'm done. I have a wonderful fill in the gap activity. Another thing I could do is I can add a poll, and I can ask them about the facts in the text. So activities, poll, and I can just ask them which fact you found most interesting, which dinosaur fact. So I added a question with 3 facts. If I want to add more facts, I just click add answer. So when I'm done with preparing my my poll, I can add some media, an image. And my poll is ready. I can add a timer here if I want to. Save. Another thing you can do is prepare just a fun memory game. We can do this for the engagement part. So when we prepare a memory game that's basically just all visual, we don't teach anything new with this, but we can use this for engagement. So prepare the fun memory test, and I'm going to place it here right after welcome. So I have the welcome stage, memory test, and collaborate. That's the board that I created. And then I'm going to go ahead and start teaching vocabulary, a field trip, matching pairs for the words, a field trip, the actual text, and some questions about the text with an interactive video at the end. So now, after I went through the engaging, teaching, and practicing, I can go ahead and choose something that will make them think about the topic on a deeper level. Another thing you can do right before is add a drawing activity. Draw it. And you give them some instructions. You can say, draw draw the most interesting thing you read about in the text. So that's another way to kind of, well, that will make them think about the text some more and express their knowledge visually. I add a little image. To practice some reading comprehension, I want to add another activity right after the text activity. I'm calling this Time to Climb because it's a collaborative activity and it's a competition between students. So I'm adding my question here and options here. For example, dinosaur fossils have been found on all 7 continents or only in Africa. I'm going to tick the correct answer, and I can add an image. I don't have to. And then add question. I'm adding another question. This is my other question. I created this as a fill in the blank question. And when you're done, just click save. And the game is ready. Last but not least, I want students to apply their new knowledge in a different way. So I'm going to have my students speak about what they read. So I'm going to go to Flipgrid, Educator Login, and create my Flipgrid. So on my grid, I added the instructions. Record 2 new facts that you learned today about dinosaurs using 2 words that we learned. Okay, so, and then I added some of the words here. Fossils, coined the term, naturalist, extinct. I left it at 1 minute and 30 seconds and I changed the focus. So I call this apply. Let's talk about dinosaurs, update topic. And in order to place this in my Nearpod, we'll click share, embed, copy, add slide on my Nearpod, activities, Flipgrid, and we can add a teacher URL. So I'm going to my Flipgrid and I'm just copying this. Share, copy, going to Nearpod. I'm going to put this in insert the Flipgrid student URL. And for the teacher, so here I just paste the teacher URL. It's this one from the top of the screen, from the address bar. I select, copy, and paste here. And then add. And that's it. So when students are on my Flipgrid, they basically apply their new knowledge of vocabulary, sentence, facts, reading comprehension that I have done, and then eventually they share it on a shared Flipgrid so they can comment on each other's posts and basically collaborate, comment. So we can add this to the Flipgrid. We can say that after they comment, they need to reply to 2 other friends and say something about what they had said in the video. So when done, comment on 2 other videos, ask them 1 question about the fact that they presented. So that's a way to do some sharing and collaborating or collaboration on Flipgrid. Okay, so if we want to see what it looks like, we click on preview. So this is the beginning of our lesson. That's how we engage them and get their attention. Then students can play a fun memory test or memory game. Next, this is teacher based. What do you know about dinosaurs? Students can write here things they know and paste and post notes. I know that, and then post. And you can see this is a shared board like Padlet or Linoit. Next, my first word, reptiles, and we can teach them the words together. naturalist, avian, to coin a term, and here I used a GIF animation. And then I have a 3D of a 3D model of a dinosaur, a common ancestor, derived from, so words and pictures, facades, and then I start to see if they know the terms, so they have to match the words. Okay. Then students can complete a virtual tour in a dinosaur, a museum dinosaur. Then we start reading the text together. When we're done, students can complete the fill in the gap activity. And then a poll. Which dinosaur fact did you find most interesting? And then the teacher can look at this and share the results with everybody to start a discussion and see what was the most interesting fact in the text. Draw the most interesting thing you've read about in the text, so here students can try and express themselves visually. Next, there's a listening task about dinosaurs. And then time to climb, that's a collaborative game. Dinosaurs have been found on all 7 continents. Next is the flip grid. And I can insert the code, go in, and start a video by clicking here and replying. And that's the end of the presentation on Nearpod. I hope you enjoyed this, and this will help you to structure your own synchronic lessons about reading comprehension, or anything new that you need to teach in an active and engaging way. Enjoy!